Hello guys, welcome back. After learning basic knowledge of Ajax, with the help of JavaScript, we will be able to create a project. So I will teach you how you can create a project with the help of Ajax and also PHP. In this time I will use jQuery to perform the Ajax task. So guys, we need to use Bootstrap to design the form and also table, and also we need to use jQuery. So I need to download and configure Bootstrap. So I use Bootstrap and then open the first link and click to download. Okay, and download. Then you need to wait a couple of seconds to download the Bootstrap on your computer. Open show in a folder and cut and go to your project folder and paste here. Right click it and extract and delete the zip folder and go to CSS folder, select all files without bootstrap.css file, remove the all files. Okay, and go to JS folder and select all files without bootstrap.js. right, we need to also include a jQuery file, so I go to jQuery.com. I search jQuery. Okay, I think jQuery.com. okay, I go back guys and I download jQuery and compressed version. Okay, this is our file. I will include this file, so I remove another. I drag. First I open code editor and I drag and wait couple of seconds, drop. Right, CSS folder and JS folder. Just a minute. CSS folder and JS folder. Inside the JS folder I will create a file jQuery.js and go to browser and select the all code, jQuery code, copy that, paste here, and then save the file, close this file, and I will create a file index.php. Write the basic syntax of HTML because I will check the Bootstrap working or not, and I need to include the file CSS. This is folder name and this is a file. I check working or checking Bootstrap. I use class display for, right, save that and then open the browser. First I open okay, just a minute. I use localhost CRUD _ Ajax. I check it guys, CUR. As you can see guys, the fonts has been changed now. Now we need to also use font away some icon, so I will use font away some icon. I go to google.com and I use font away some. Open the first link and then just a minute, font away some. Font away some icon. Then you need to use I mean include the font away some icon. Guys, I will use font away some icon, so I go to font away some official website and I use font away some for web. The font away some will be downloaded on my computer, and wait couple of seconds to download the font away some. Okay guys, I check it the another things that will help you to use font away some. Okay, so font away some has been downloaded on your computer. Then I cut the font away some folder and go to my htdoc folder, CRUD, and create a folder guys, fonts, and paste the zip folder that have a font away some icons and also files. Right click it and extract. Then you need to wait couple of seconds guys. Then I need to remove the zip file and open the font away some file, cut the font web fonts. So I open this file also, I cut the whole files and go to font away some, paste here, I remove this folder. Okay, now we need to also use font away some CSS file, so I check it where is the CSS file. I select start and I select this URL guys, this URL. Okay, copy that and paste here. This is a CSS property that will help you to use font away some icon. I create a file inside my bootstrap, I mean CSS folder. I use fonts.css, paste the code, save that and include this file also, css/fonts.css. okay, and I check it the font away some working or not, so I use a span tag, and inside the span tag I use user fa user. Save that and let's check it now in the browser. Where is the more file? Font away some doesn't work on the fonts.css. okay, I select the font away some icon code. Because I check it and I copy that and paste here, save that and refresh that. Okay, I need to set up the font away some file. Okay, so I think I need to change the folder name because the folder name and file name is same, so I change the folder name. I use fonts, use wave fonts. Okay, save that and let's check it now in the browser. I open again and then I use localhost /CRUD_Ajax. As you can see guys, font away some has been appeared. If I want to change the icon, fa user, save, let's check it now and as you can see guys. So we have successfully included the font away some CSS file, font away some folder, bootstrap file, and also we need to check the module, because I will use module, bootstrap module, to get the data and also insert the data in the database. So I use bootstrap module, and I will teach you step by step, but this time I will use I check it guys. Okay, so I copy the code, this code, and paste here. We need to also include the script, search source js folder. First I use jQuery.js file, script js bootstrap.js file. Okay, save that and let's check it now, module working or not. As you can see, model has been appeared on my screen. So we have successfully set up our project. So in the next video I'm gonna teach with you how you can design the form, table, and many other things. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In previous lecture we have discussed all about how we can set up our project. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can design your project. So first I change the name of the title. I write that Ajax project with PHP, right? So first I write the comment, registration button. I will design the pattern. Okay, first I write here, assign the class row, assign the class call. Inside the call I call card. Inside the card I write the card title. Inside the card title I write the button. Okay, I create a button and I use data target registration. This is basically ID. I will use this ID to create a model, right? And I use also type button class btn primary, and I use the register now. Okay, form, add new register, add new user. Okay, save that and let's check it now in the browser. Right, this is our button. Inside the button in the backend have a card, but I change the body color. I use style, no, I use class, bootstrap class bg dot. Save and let's check it now. Right, this is our button, this is our card, but I will use margin top 5, right, and I will use the card margin left 5. Okay, and margin top and bottom 2. Okay, this is our card. Okay, and after the card title I write the div, and I use class card body. Inside the card body, I write there and assign the ID table. Okay, I'll create a table on later. This time I just assign the ID. Right now, the next one is I want to create a model, and when user click on the button, then model will appear. Inside the model, I want to display the username and password input text fields. So I create a model. I write the comment registration model. First I call div and assign the class model and assign the ID registration without hash sign. Okay, then I call div and I call class model dialog, then call div class model content, then div class model header. Inside the model header, I write h3 tag and call registration form. Outside of the model header, I write div and assign the class model body. Inside the model body, I call form tag and I remove the action. Okay, I use input text fields class form control and margin top and bottom 2, and I use a placeholder username. Right, we need to include second input text field email. I use class form control margin top and bottom 2 placeholder user email. Right, save that and let's check it now. I click on the button but I can't see the module, so I think something is wrong. So I check it. Data target. Okay, is also data toggle model. Save. Let's check it now. Toggle data toggle. Okay, here is a mistake. Okay, I think I need to remove a sign. Okay, as you can see guys, input text field, but I can't see the title. Okay, h3 title model header h3 form registration, but why I can't see the model header? Model content registration form. I send class text primary, then I check it. Save that and let's check it now. Right, okay guys, I change the color. Okay, now after the body tag, this is a model body tag. I create a div and call class model footer. Inside the model footer, I call button and I use type button class btn success, and I use registration register now. Okay, then I call another button and use type button class btn danger. I will use attribute data dismiss model, and when user click on the close button, then I want to close my module. Save that. Let's check it now. Right, first name last name, I click on close. Okay, data dismiss right? Everything is perfect. We have successfully designed our module. In the next video I'm going to teach with you how you can use jQuery to get the data from input text field and assign the data in the PHP variable. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture, guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In previous lecture we have discussed all about how we can design the project. In this video I'm going to teach with you how you can get the data from input text fields using Ajax, or you can say that using jQuery. So first I need to assign the ID on each input text field. I assign the ID username. This is the first input text field and this is the second input text field. I assign the ID user email. Save, and then I will create my personal JS file. I write my js.js file. In this file I will use jQuery code, but we need to include this file inside my index.js file. So I use script source js/myjs.js, right? Then I check the jQuery are working fine or not. So first I use $document dot ready parenthesis function parenthesis curly brackets. If our document working fine, then I want to display the alert box working. Save and refresh the page. I can't see anything else. I check it, document.ready. Here is a mistake. Save and let's check it again. As you can see, guys, working. It means jQuery file has been successfully included on my index.php file. Now let's get the data from input text field. So after this parenthesis I create a function. I will create each function for different work. Okay, this function will work insert record in the database. I call function function name is insert record parenthesis curly bracket. First I need to get the data from input text field, so I use where. This is a variable I call user. This is a variable I called dollar single quotation. Inside the single quotation we need to use user name. This is the first input text field name, I mean ID. I will show you just a minute. This ID, okay, user name. Then we need to use dot val parenthesis, and also we need to get the data from input text field, second input text field. So I use user email dot val, and then I call console. I will check the data coming or not from input text field. So I call user email, and we need to call this function inside my document.ready function. Save, and I go to developer tools and I click to add new register, I mean add new user, and I enter username programmer admin@onlineITtuts.com. Now press register now. Okay, we need to also use this button to generate the event. I cut that and I call $document dot on parenthesis. This is the event name. Click where you want to use event. I want to use event on btn register. I check it the button name, I mean button ID. Okay, I need to assign the ID on btn register. Okay, and when user click on the button, then run this function. Okay, Inside this function I paste the code like get data from input text field and call the data on the console screen. So I refresh the page and click to add new user, and I assign the value programmer@gmail.com. Register now. As you can see guys, programmer and programmer@gmail.com. We have successfully get the data from input text field, right? Now the next thing is we need to create a database, but I have already made the database and also I have made the table. I will show you. I go to localhost php myadmin and wait a couple of seconds to open that, and I go to below, and this is my database testing. Inside the testing database I have one table, username, user record. Inside this table I have three columns. First one is ID, second one is username, and third one is the user email. As you can see, ID, username and email. I will use this database and also table to store the record inside this database using Ajax. Okay, so I go to my code editor and I create a folder. Outside of the JS folder I create a folder, includes. Inside the include folder I will create a connection and write the basic syntax of PHP, and I call $con mysqli connect, pass 4 parameter, localhost, root, username, password null, database name is testing. If I use database is not stable, then come into the if body and display the message I use die. Please check your connection. I use mysqli error function error. Okay, terminal sign, save that. And we need to also create another file inside my include folder. I create a file functions.php. Inside this file I will create a function, so save that. Okay, inside this file I will create a function to perform the different tasks like insert, update, delete and many other things. So guys, in the next video I'm going to teach with you how you can store the record inside the database. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can store the record inside the database. But before working on store the record on the database, we need to use validation. The validation is very important to store the record on the database. For example, I open my project and I click on add new user, and when a user click on the register now, then those fields are empty. It means you are able to store the empty fields inside the database, but this is not good for security purpose. So I will use validation, and when user click on the register now button, then who will able to see the error message, please fill in the blank. After enter the 1 and 2nd input text field data, then who will able to store the record inside the database. So let's do that. I go to my code editor and I use if statement. If the variable name is user equal to blank or email equal to blank, then come into the if body, and then I call, first I need to assign the tag and assign the ID. I want to display the message on the model body, so I call paragraph and assign the ID message, right? Then I call this message ID to display the message. I use dollar parenthesis hash sign means ID. I call message, this is the ID name dot HTML, please fill in the blanks. right? Save that and let's check it now. I clicked add new user, I clicked register now. I can't see the value. The value is basically is white, text is white, but I assign the class text dark. Okay, close that and I refresh it and then click it. Just to know, please fill in the blanks white. Now the next thing is I go to my js.js file. If the both fields are not empty, anyone user will enter username and password, then who will come into the else statement. In the else statement I will generate Ajax request. So I use $.ajax parentheses. Inside the parentheses you need to write script brackets. Inside the script bracket you need to pass the parameters, or you can send the request into PHP page. So first you need to write the URL where you want to send the request. I use colon single quotation. I call insert.php page. I want to send the request on insert.php page and use comma. Then which method you want to use? I use method post. Which data you want to send into insert.php page? I call data colon script brackets. Assign the any name. For example, I write uname colon. Inside the uname you need to assign the first input text field. Then you will use uname in the PHP programming language to get the data from this file. Okay, then I use comma and call uml colon and second variable that will get the second data from input text field. Paste it. Then I use another statement like success. Everything is perfect. To display the success message I call function parentheses script brackets. Inside the parentheses function parentheses I need to pass parameter 1. You can write any name on here. Then inside the script brackets I just call this message, right, and I write the value. No, I do not write the value. I just write the HTML. Inside this HTML I pass the parameter like data. Okay, I will use echo statement in the PHP language, that the PHP language data or echo statement will appear on here. Okay, now the next thing is I think everything is perfect. Next thing is I call $.id. This is the module ID. Okay, this ID registration. This ID will appear. Call model.show. This message will appear on the model box. So we need to use registration.model.show, right? Then I go to function.php file. Inside the function.php file I call basic syntax of PHP and I call function insert record function. I call function insert record. Okay, this is my PHP function. Inside this function you need to first I need to include the file, connection file PHP. Inside this function you need to write the global and variable name, connection variable name. Okay, then I make a variable like user name, then I get the data from jQuery file. I call uname this name and paste here. I call user email post and pass email, right? Then I check the inside the echo statement. I call username comma user email. If everything is perfect, then username and email will appear on the module box. But I need to call this function, so I create another PHP file. Okay, outside of the include folder, I create insert.php file and write the basic syntax and paste your connection, method. But we need to include the required ones. Includes function.php file because the function available on the function file. Okay, then I check it. Alright, please fill in the blanks. I write programmer admin@onlineITtuts.com. Click to register now. As you can see, guys, programmer and admin@gmail.com. It means we have successfully get the data from jQuery file into PHP programming language. Okay, after getting the data from jQuery file, or you can say that the JSON, Ajax, then I call query. Query is insert into my table name is user record. I will show you just a minute. User record, as you can see. Okay, user record. The column names is user, I think username is, I check it, username. Okay, first column name is username, user email, second column name, values, parenthesis, single quotation, pass the first variable username, comma, second variable, terminator sign. Then I call result variable and call MySQL query. Pass two parameters. First one is your connection, second one is your query. Then I call if the result variable is active, is that correct, then I want to display the message your record has been saved in the database. Otherwise, comment the else statement and write the echo statement. Please check your query. Right, that's very simple. Save and let's check it now. First I refresh that and then I use add new user, enter my username and email and press register now. Please check your query. First I check the database. Okay, I think something is wrong on the query section. Insert into user record, username, user email, username, user email, and values. Here is a mistake, guys. Here is a mistake. I need to use comma and comma, right? Save and let's check it now again. Close that, first close that and refresh the page and click to add new user and I enter the username, email, register now. Your record has been saved in the database. Let's check it now in the database. As you can see, guys, one programmer@gmail.com. Now the next thing is I go to my project. After I store the record inside the database, we have seen the message your record has been saved in the database, and also we are able to see the both fields available inside the first and second input text field. But I want to remove the first and second input text fields after I store the record inside the database. So I go to my code editor and I write dollar parenthesis and I call form. This is the form tag dot trigger parenthesis, and I call reset. Save, and let's check it now again. And first I refresh it. Okay, add now, and I call admin at the rate OnlineITtuts.com. Register now. As you can see, guys, both fields are empty. Your record has been saved in the database. Let's check it now. Right, but now, and other thing is I close the model and I click again add new user. We are able to see the same message appeared inside the model, but I want to click on the close button, then I want to remove this message also. So I will generate the event on the close button. So I go to index. Okay, I remove this file. I go to index.php file and I find the close module. This, okay, I need to assign the ID. I call btn close. Okay, and go to my js file outside of the Ajax request. Okay, this is a complete, I mean this button. Okay, this is a closing and closing parenthesis. I will generate the event called document dot on click. Okay, and I call the button name, I mean button ID, btn close, then I call function parenthesis square brackets. Inside this square bracket I call dollar. First I call reset the form. Okay, I also use reset the form, reset, and I call this ID, I mean I call, where is a message? Okay, this message. Okay, copy that and paste here, and I call remove the text, save, and let's check it now. And click to add new user. I write anything else. First I store the record. Okay, I use web developer at gmail.com. Register now. Right, I close that and I click again add new user. As you can see, guys, so this video is too long. In the next video I'm gonna teach with you how you can display the record inside this page. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture, guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can display the record on the same page. So I will create a function inside the jQuery file. So I call display record. This is my comment, and then I use function view record parenthesis square bracket. Inside that I need to use Ajax request parenthesis square brackets. Inside the square bracket I pass URL where you want to send the request. I call view.php, comma, which method you want to use. I use post. Then everything is perfect. Then I want to call this function parenthesis square brackets. Inside this parenthesis I pass one parameter. Inside the square bracket I use same data variable and I use $.parse JSON parenthesis and pass the data variable. It means I will get the data from PHP page and assign the data in the data variable using JSON format. I will use also JSON encode function inside the PHP code, but this time I have used parse JSON method that will help you to get the data from PHP page and assign the data in the data variable. Then I use simple if statement and call data variable dot status equal to success. If everything is perfect, then I want to call if body and write the message console.log data variable, right? Then I call this function, copy that and paste it. Now the next thing is we need to create a function inside the function.php page. So this is the insert function. Outside of this script bracket I write display data function. I call function display record script brackets. First we need to use global connection variable, then make a variable, write any name and assign the value first null, then call the same variable and use equal sign, single quotation and terminator sign. Inside the single quotation you will write the table tags. So outside of the PHP closing tag I will write HTML tags, I mean table tags. So I write table and remove the closing table tag. Write the classes table border and I use tr. Inside the tr I use td. I use user id. This is my static data. Okay, user email, user email. Okay, also I need to change that username and td edit td delete. Okay, then I copy that, I cut that basically and paste inside the single quotation, right? Then I call query variable and use query select static from user record. This is my database table name. Then I call result variable and MySQL I query. Pass two parameters. First one is your connection and second one is your query variable. Then I will use while loop and make a variable row. Use MySQL I underscore fetch associate. Inside that you need to pass result variable. Use script brackets. Inside the script brackets you need to pass the same variable like this and use concatenation sign and equal sign. Then you need to use single quotation and terminator sign. Inside the single quotation you need to copy the tr and td tags and paste it, right? And I arrange that. Okay, now inside the user id td I use single quotation 2 times. Inside the single quotation you need to write dot and call row variable that will get the data from database, this variable, and use brackets. Inside the bracket you need to call the database column name, each column name that will help you to display the data on the browser. Okay, remove the second one td and use single quotation dot row username. This is the database column name. Remove the third one dot row user email, right? Then outside of the while loop body, then I call the same variable value and use concatenation sign equal sign single quotation terminator sign. Inside the single quotation I need to close the table tag. Then I use echo statement and use JSON encode method parenthesis Inside the parentheses you need to use brackets. Inside the brackets you need to use status. Outside of the comma or single quotation you need to write equal sign, greater than sign, and then you need to write single quotation and use success message, or you can assign the success. Then I check it the time period of this video, just a minute, 6 minutes. Okay, then I use comma and single quotation again and write the HTML. You can write any name. Then I use equal sign, greater than sign, and pass the value variable that will get the complete database record. This data will assign on the JSON format. Where is that? JSON format. Okay, and this data will get inside the data variable, right? But we need to create a, first I check it. Okay, JSON encode status success. Okay, I need to create a file view.php. Inside the view.php I write basic syntax of PHP. We need to include two files, required ones. First one is a includes folder functions.php file, then required ones includes view.php file, no, connection.php file. Okay, then we need to call the function php function. Okay, copy that and paste it. If everything is perfect, then you will able to see data will appear inside the console screen. As you can see, guys, but this data is a object format. I want to convert that into HTML format. So I go to my code editor and I go to my js.js file. After the data, I need to use .html format there, and after the page, just a minute. Okay, what is problem? Data.html. Okay, I use HTML. Save and refresh it again. As you can see, guys, this is a readable and HTML format record. I want to display this record on this page. So I go to my code editor and I have assigned the ID inside the index.php file. Where is that table? Okay, I want to display the record inside the card body section. So I will target the ID, table ID, okay, to display the database record. So I go to my js.js file and remove the console. I use dollar parenthesis #table, this is the ID. I use HTML data.html. Save and let's check it now. As you can see, guys, we have successfully stored the record. We have successfully used jQuery Ajax to display the database record on the same page. Okay, I want to add the record. I use web designer at gmail.com. Click to register now. Your record has been saved, but I can't see the record inside my table. I refer that, as you can see, but I want to use Ajax request to display the record on the same page without refresh a page. So I go to my code editor and I copy this function view record. This is a jQuery file. and I go to above. After the store the record inside the database, I paste the method. And then I save that and I go to browser. First I refresh that and I use Android dev at gmail.com. Register now, as you can see guys. Number 5, Android dev and Android dev at gmail.com. We have successfully seen the database record inside the table and the same page. I hope you understood as well guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to teach with you how you can get the particular record and the module. After getting the record in the module, then we will able to use update process. Okay, so I will create a button inside the each column, I mean each row. Then we will click on the button, then we will able to see the module. Inside the module I want to get that particular record, right? So first I go to my code editor and open the display.php file, I mean function.php file. Inside the display record function have 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, after the 3 rows I'll use button tag, button close. Then I assign the classes btn success and assign the id btn edit, and also I use attribute data id. You can write any name. I use equal sign single quotation. Inside the single quotation I need to use dot dot and call row dot single quotation and your database column, first column name id, that will get the particular id, right? Inside the button tag I use span tag and I assign the class fa edit. First I check it, save, and let's check it now. Right, we have seen the button. Inside the button have an icon. This is a font with some icon, right? I want to click on this button, then I want to display the particular ID inside my console screen. So I go to my code editor and I go to my js.js file and go to below and create a function get record, get particular record. Okay, I create function get record. This is my function name, parentheses script brackets. First I make a variable and write the variable name. Then I use no guys, first I generate the event on click. So I use dollar document dot on click. This is a click event where you want to use event. I use hash sign btn edit. This is a button id, as you can see. Copy that and paste. And when user click on the btn edit button, then come into this function. Inside this function I generate the particular id, I mean I will get the particular user id. So I make a variable, write the variable name, use equal sign and use dollar parentheses and use this. This means this button, okay, this button, okay, this means this button object. You can say that this button, okay. And then I use dot UTR means attribute, where you want to get the ID. I go to function.php file. This is a basically button attribute that will get the ID, particular row ID. Inside the row have a particular record, database record. Okay, so copy that and paste it. First I use single quotation and paste it. Use terminator sign, and I want to display the particular ID on the console screen. First save that and go to browser, refresh the page and click to first one. I can't see anything else. Why I can't see anything else on the browser? Because we need to call this function, guys. Copy that and paste it, and let's check it now again. Click to 1. As you can see, guys, we have seen 1. I click on number 5. This is the 5. It means we have successfully received particular ID with on click. Right now the next thing is I generate the Ajax request, parenthesis script bracket. First I check the time period of this video. Okay, first I call URL, and where you want to send the request I use get data.php page. Then method I use post, and also we need to use data, which data you want to send into get data.php page. I use user ID. This is my unique name, and assign this ID variable. Then I will use this user ID variable into PHP language. Then you use comma, and you need to also use another type like data type. I use JSON, comma, then I use success function parenthesis square brackets. Inside the function I need to pass the parameter. Right, first you need to use this method. Now the next thing is we need to create a get data.php file. So copy that and create a I go to function.php file. Okay, then I create a function. Basically outside of the script bracket I create a function get record, get particular record. Then I call function get record. Okay, global connection variable, and use your variable. First variable user ID, you can write any name, and use $_post, and inside the brackets you need to pass this variable. Okay, use terminator sign. Then you need to use query. The query is select static from user record. This is your table name, database table name. Then you need to use where keyword and first column name, equal sign single quotation, and pass the user ID variable. Right, then you need to write a result variable, call MySQL query, pass two parameter. First one is your connection, second one is your query variable. Then you need to write while loop and call row equal to MySQL fetch associate. Inside that you need to pass the result variable. Then you need to use script brackets and then make a variable. I use data user data, assign the value null. Right, then call again user underscore data terminators, and then I use basically bracket. This is the call array. First I use 0, and inside the 0 index I have assign. I will assign, guys, the first column name. Okay, that will get the first column IDs and assign the IDs inside the user data array. Complete IDs, okay, not a single ID, and call user underscore data number 1. This is the index number 1, called row, and the second database column name, user underscore data user underscore data, second index, second array index. I will assign the user email. Then outside of the script brackets I call echo JSON encode. Okay, use parentheses. Inside the parentheses you just need to pass the user data variable, right? Then I go to my js.js file. Inside the success function I call console.log, and I call data and use array 0. Then I want to check the data will appear or not inside the console screen. First I refresh that, and I click to 1. Okay, we need to create a getData.php file. Sorry, I create a getData.php file, get underscore data.php file. I think this file, okay, yes. Inside this file I use require once includes functions.php, require once connection.php file, and call the get data function. Okay, this function, paste here, terminator sign, save that, and let's check it now again. I think I can't see anything else, but I refresh again and click to again, not. I go to my js.js file and I use else statement. Okay, no, first I check it, get data.php and data id $Ajax URL get data.php, get underscore data.php, post this id json function data, and go to get data, no function.php. Okay, I check it, guys, get record. Everything is perfect, but why I can't see the value? I can't see, so I check it, guys, where is the problem? Okay, just a minute, guys, I check it. Now I go to function.php file, no, get data.php file, and include function.php, include function.php. Okay, here is a mistake, guys. This get data.php file have a outside of the includes folder, and the connection file available inside the includes folder, so we need to use includes \n and connection file. Then I think everything is perfect. I check it, I click to one this is the ID. Okay, I click to 2 ID, click to 3 4 5. All right, I have used data 0, but I change the number, then you will able to see the username. I mean user data, this data. First refresh that, and I click to, as you can see, I click to next one, admin. I click to right. Now I change the number. This is the array index numbers, right? Set that, as you can see, last one. Okay, so we have successfully received data from the PHP file and to jQuery file, right? So we need to create a module, but I think this video is too long. In the next video I'm gonna teach with you how you can display the data on the module. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture, guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In previous lecture we have discussed all about how we can get the complete row record using onClick. I want to display the complete row record on the module. So I go to my code editor and I go to index.php file, guys. Inside the index.php file I copy this module, complete module, to save the time, because I want to teach you some informative knowledge. Okay, so I use update module, paste it. Then I change the title like update form, and then I need to change the few things. I change the ID up, okay, and change the button name update now, and change the button ID btn update. And also we need to create a basically input text field and assign the type hidden. This input text doesn't appear on the browser. I will assign the ID inside this input text field. Then I will get the complete 1 2 and 3 record to update the record, right? And I change this message ID up update. Okay, everything is perfect. Then I go to get data.php file. No, I go to function.php file. No, I go to my.js.js file. Inside that I call dollar. First I call dollar parenthesis. Inside the single quotation you need to use up username and paste it. I also close this tab. Okay, up username, I assign the val parenthesis data brackets number 1, and the number 0 have a ID, right? So I use dollar up underscore user email. I also assign the hash sign, guys, dot val data 2. Okay, and I also call the above. First I assign the name, guys, up user ID. Okay, last one is the user ID, and I call dollar up user ID. Okay, assign dot val data 0. Okay, Then I want to display the module, so I go to index.php file and I need to change the module ID, update, right, and go to myjs.js file and call dollar brackets, I'm in parentheses, and module name dot show. Then everything is perfect. I think everything is perfect, so I check it, everything is perfect or not. As you can see guys, we have seen update module form and particular record on the module. I close that, I click on the last one, as you can see, right. Now the next thing is I will create operation like update now, and when user click on the update now, then the record will be updated. So in the next video I'm going to teach with you how you can do this. So thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to teach with you how you can update the record. And when user click on the edit now button, then who will able to see the username and email. Then I want to use update button process to update the record. After update the record, then user will able to see updated record inside my table. So I want to work on the update now button. So first I close this module and I go to my code editor, and this is a myjs.js file. I will create a function update record, function update record, parentheses, split bracket. First I will generate the event. I use I will get the data from updated form. This is the updated form. Okay, you can say that module, inside the module have a 3 fields: up username, up user email, up user id. If you want to arrange that, you can do that. I cut that and paste it, right. Then I will get the user id, username and user email from first, second and third input text field. But the first input text field have a hidden type. It means you can't see the first input text field on the module. So I go to my myjs.js file. I will write a variable and I call update id. This is my variable. I call dollar first input text field name, which have a id. Okay, up user id, paste here, dot val. Use same process, update user and up username, sign, paste here, dot val, where update email dot val, parenthesis, terminator sign. Inside the single quotation you need to pass the user id variable, I mean user email variable or id. Okay, id. Then I want to check everything is perfect. Then I want to display the fields data on my console page. So first I call update id. Before using console.log, we need to generate the event button click. Okay, update button click. So I call dollar document dot on, parenthesis, which event you want to use. I want to use click event. Then where you want to use event, I want to use event btn update. This is a button id. I call function parenthesis split brackets. Inside that I pass the console.log. Inside the console.log parenthesis I call updated id updated user, updated email. Save that and let's check it now, but I need to use this function on the above document already. Okay, paste it, save, and let's check it now. I click on edit now. First I use Ctrl+Shift+I to display the console page, and I click edit, update now. I can't see anything else on the console screen. Yeah, I rearrange that. I use update ID, save, and first refresh that. I can't see anything else inside the console screen, but I refresh it again. Localhost CRUD Ajax, and this is an index.php file. Update. I can't see. Why I can't see the ID? $update user.well console.log. Click. First I check the button working or not. First I check. I use console.log working. Then I check the data coming or not. Working. Button click event has been working fine, right? But why I can't get the data from input text fields? Okay, I changed that. I cut that and paste inside this function. Okay, then I check it. I use console.log update ID, update user, update email, terminate sign, and let's check it now. Edit. I write, for example, full stack developer. Email is same. As you can see, guys, number 1, full stack developer programmer at gmail.com, but I want to use security. For example, anyone user enter empty field, I mean use empty field and click to update now, so I will be able to see the error message, please fill in the blank. You need to use the security. Security is very important. So I cut that and I use if statement and call update user variable equal to empty, or update email variable equal to empty, come into the split brackets, and I go to document, I mean index.php file, and this is my paragraph tag. Okay, inside the paragraph tag have ID up message. I target this ID to display the error message. HTML, please fill in the blanks. Then we need to use a module to display the module. Module name is update.module.show. Let's check it now. Refresh that. Click to edit. I remove the first input text field data. As you can see, guys, please fill in the blanks. Okay, I enter another information. I need to use else statement because I have used if statement. If both fields are empty, then display the error message. Otherwise, come into the else statement and generate the Ajax request. So I call $.Ajax parenthesis split brackets First you need to use URL where you want to send the request. I want to send the request dot update.php. Method I use post. Data I use UID. This is my variable, and assign the first input text value UPID. Okay, I will use UID, U underscore ID in PHP programming language, right? Then I use any name. I use user and assign the update user variable, comma email colon and update email variable. Okay, comma. If everything is perfect, then come into the success section and pass one parameter. Inside the success section, I copy this code and paste here, and I change the text. I pass this data variable. Okay, save that. Okay, we need to create an update.php file. So I create update.php file, PHP. Inside the update.php file, first I write basic syntax of PHP, but we need to create a function. Okay, where is a function file? Function. Okay, we need to create an update function. Update function, update function, update value. You can write any name. Then I call global $_ connection. Then make a variable. I use update underscore ID, $_ post. I have used post method to get the data from jQuery file, right? So I call UID and drag and drop function file here. Okay, then I use update user $_ post and go to jQuery file and copy user variable, update underscore email $_ post, and go to my js.js file, jQuery file, pass u_ email parameter. Okay, then I need to use query. The query is update user underscore record set. You need to select the database column name. Username equal to single quotation equal to this username variable, comma user email. This is the database column name. I will show you just a minute. This user email variable, I mean database column name, equal to this variable. Then use where keyword and first column name, first database column name. The database column name is ID equal to our first variable. This is a basically update query, guys. Copy that and paste it. Use terminator sign and call result variable and call mysqli query. Pass two parameters. First one is connection, second one is a query variable. If everything is perfect, then I call result variable inside the if statement and display the echo statement. Your record has been updated. In the else statement I use please check your query. Save that, and we need to call this function inside the update.php file. So I go to update.php file. We need to get require ones includes functions.php file, require ones includes connection.php file, and message method name. Save that and go to the project, refresh that. I change the I write user at gmail.com. Your record has been updated. Okay, close that and I refresh the page. User at gmail.com. Let's check it in the database. User at gmail.com, but I want to change the value after updating the record inside the table. So I go to my code editor and I just need to copy the updated function. No, I go to view record function, copy that and paste it. After display the update message, then this method will run. Okay, refresh that and let's change in the second value. I use pro admin at gmail.com. click to update now. As you can see, guys, I close that. As you can see, guys, right? Android, I just write Android, update now. As you can see, guys, so we have successfully make a update process to update the record. I hope you understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture, guys. Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm gonna teach with you how you can delete the record. So I go to my code editor and I go to where is the display.php file. First I save that and display. Okay, I go to function.php file. Inside the function.php file have a display function, display record function. Okay, so first I copy the button tag and also everything without td tag. Okay, and paste here, and then I also assign the same ID, but I change the data ID attribute. Okay, and then I also change the font away some icon, and also I change the background color of the button. Save and let's check it now. As you can see, right? Now the next thing is I go to jQuery file and I go to index.php file. I copy the module and I write delete module. Okay, paste it. I just need to I remove it, delete record. This is the title of the module, and inside the body I remove the form. I just copy or cut the buttons and paste here, it, and I remove the footer section from the module. Okay, and I also remove the no, I leave that. Okay, I use delete message. Okay, this is a basically paragraph tag, and I have assigned the ID delete message. I change the button name delete now, and where is the okay, I also use first I use paragraph tag. Do you want to delete the record, and user will be able to see this message on the module. If anyone user will click on the delete now button, but I need to change the btn delete. Anyone user click on the delete now button, then who will able to see record will be deleted, right? Okay, everything is perfect. Okay, I go to my.js file and I create a function, delete function delete record brackets. First I generate the event document dot on click, and I use the display.php page. Okay, I generate the event with btn delete. This is a display function. Inside the display function have two buttons. First one is the edit button and second one is the btn delete. I generate the event with btn delete. Okay, I go to my.js file and this is button id, then come into the function and I check it. I use a console screen working. Okay, and I copy this function, go to above and paste the function, save. Let's check it now. I open index.php. okay, I click on the delete, refresh again, delete. I can't see anything else, so check it guys. Document click btn delete function. I go to under the functions display.php page. Okay, where is the display.php page? Functions, display.php page. Okay, this is the button id, danger why btn delete, save. Let's check it again. Just a minute guys. As you can see, working fine. Okay, I click index.php page and click to edit. I can't see, no problem. Okay, but I use index.php again. Inside the index.php page I can't see the working fine or not, but I leave that, then you will able to see. Okay, I can't see again. Okay, just a minute guys, this is a browser problem. Okay, index.php page. Okay, just a minute guys. Okay, I go to browser and refresh the page and I click to delete. Now it's working fine, right? Now the next thing is I get the ID from this button attribute. I will use, first I show you, just a minute. I call where delete ID equal to dollar, I get the ID with the help of this keyword. This means this is a basically button event and also function. This means this button, okay, dot attribute. Which attribute? I use single quotation and go to functions.php file. This is the attribute of the delete button. I copy that inside the attribute data underscore id have a over id database column id or row id particular id. Okay, then I call dot var, right? Okay, I just delete that. Okay, then I check the id coming or not from the database, so I use delete id, save, and let's check it now. I click on the user. This is the user id 1. This is the database id number 1. I click on number 5. As you can see, I click on number 4, right? Okay, now the next is we generate the event, Ajax request. So I call $.ajax parenthesis script bracket. I use URL colon. I send the request with delete.php page, comma. Which method do you use? I use post. Then I use success. No, I need to use data. Which data you want to send into delete.php page? I use del id. This is my unique name colon delete id variable. The delete variable id will assign inside the d underscore id variable. Then everything is perfect. Then come into the success and run this function. Inside this function I pass one parameter, and inside the success split bracket I want to display the delete module, so I use dollar. The delete module id is delete. I will show you just a minute. Yeah, I need to change the module id delete. Okay, say delete dot module dot show, right? And I want to display the message, so I target this id before display the message. No, I think I just leave that. Okay, I'll leave that. Then I go to functions.php page and go to below. Outside of the split bracket I generate the function delete record split brackets. First I get the data, id from jQuery file, so I call del underscore id underscore post. The id name is del id, paste here, and we need to use query. Query is a delete user record. This is the database table name. I think I need to use delete table. No, delete user table, where first column name id. This is a basically database column name id. Okay, and copy this variable equal to this variable and use terminal design, and then I use result variable and call mysqli query. Pass two parameters. First one is a connection, second one is a query, but we need to include the function connection file, so I use global connection variable. Then I call if our query is okay, then come into the if body and display the message your record has been deleted. Now the next thing is I use else statement, and the else statement I use, please check your connection, I mean query, right? Save that. Okay, now the next thing is, first I go to myjs.js file, and this is basically this button, and when you just click on this button, then I want to display the module. Inside the module have two buttons. First one is a delete now, second one is a close, and when user click on the delete now button, then who will be able to see record has been deleted now message. So in case I go to jQuery.js file, and I cut this Ajax request. Okay, now I cut this and first paste here. First I will show you, and I cut that, and just a minute I will show you. I refresh that and I click. As you can see, do you want to delete the record? First one is a delete now, second one is a close, and when user click on the delete now button, then the record will be deleted. So in case you need to generate the event with this button. Okay, so I target this button. First I change this button name. Okay, btn delete record, btn delete record. Okay, this is a record. Also use btn. Okay guys, btn underscore delete record. Then I use $document.on click, where you want to use click event. I want to use btn delete record event, call function parenthesis brackets. Okay, inside that you need to paste the complete Ajax request. Okay, now I want to display the message, so I go to index.php file. I remove that. Okay, I remove that, and I go to above, and I will paste it on the card. There is a card body. Okay, there. Okay, I copy that, delete message, and I target this $.html and data value, right? Let's check it now. But we need to also create an index delete.php file. So I call delete.php, basic syntax, require once, includes functions.php, require once, includes connection.php file. Now we need to call the delete function. Okay, I go to functions.php file and copy the function and paste it, and use terminator sign. Save. Let's check it now. Please check your query. As you can see guys, please check your query. So I go to database and SQL server. I check the query. Basically guys, this is a wrong message. Please check your query. Okay, just a minute. I call delete from. Okay, here is a mistake. I use delete from. This is my mistake. Let's check it now again. I click delete now. Do you want to delete the record? Yes, your record has been deleted. Let's check it now. Number one record has been removed from the table. Let's check it now in the database. I call user record. As you can see guys, the record has been removed from the database, but we need to also use view function. Where is my jQuery, myjs.jQuery file. So I copy the view record function that will get the database data into HTML table. So I copy and paste it. So let's check it now again. I call delete now. Do you want to delete the record? Yes, record has been deleted. If you want to click on close, everything is perfect. If you want to remove this message after a few seconds or few minutes, you can decide this message how many times appear on here. In case you can use on the dot dot height 5000. Okay, means 5 seconds. Let's check it now again. Close that, as you can see, guys. Okay guys, so this is our simple project. We have used PHP MySQL and also Ajax to develop this simple project: insert, update, delete and view record. I hope you understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture, guys.